Friday, first graders. We have already done one day of our pre-writing for our fairy tale, and now we are moving on to the second day. Remember, with our pre-writing, this is where we start to put all of our ideas into good sentences. So then what you did yesterday is that you should have completed the introduction to your story. Your introduction usually starts once upon a time, or once in a castle, once in a village, once a long, long time ago, and you introduced your good character. That should have been your first sentence that you wrote. Today, we are going to be writing the sentence about your setting. So we know that our setting is where your story takes place pretty easily. And again, it is where your story mostly takes place. If your story takes place in the beginning at your character's house, but then the rest of the story takes place in a castle, your setting is going to be in the castle because that's where your story mostly takes place. We know setting. We're very good at knowing what the setting is. So for your homework tonight, you are going to find your next writing page, and it says setting at the top. The directions say, now introduce the setting for your story in your next sentence. For example, Princess Beth lived in a castle far, far away. Perfect. That sentence gave us our good character, didn't bring in any other characters in just yet, and said where Princess Beth lived. So if you start your story with once upon a time in a castle far, far away, the dragon named Rocky lived in that big castle. It is okay to repeat your setting in both of those sentences because we then know exactly where your character lives. Please make sure, scholars, I forgot to say this yesterday, but I saw a lot of us didn't forget about this, to make sure your sentences look like nice first grade sentences. So make sure those capital letters, those finger spaces, those end marks are there in your sentences. And at the bottom, you have a nice blank space to draw a picture to go with the second sentence in your story.